This question is about implementing a stack using two queues, Q1 and Q2. There are three basic operations in stack. It is push, pop, and peek. So when we push, the element goes to the down of the stack, 1, 2, and 3. When we pop, 3 will be popping, and for peek, it returns 3. When we want to implement push with Q, how do we do that? It's just the same way as stack. When we enqueue into the queue, it's just as pushing the element into the stack. So the push operation between stack and queue is almost the same. This we can see here. We are initializing two queues, Q1 and Q2, and for push, it is just nothing but we enqueue into the first queue, which is Q1. For pop, it is little different. When we want to pop an element from stack, the last element is popped, because this is last in, first out, and this is first in, first out. So last in is popped out. So when we want to do the same pop operation using two queues, how can we handle that? We have a queue in which we enqueued all the elements 1, 2, and 3. We want to pop 3, same as stack, but we want to dequeue an element in Q1. The element we get is 1, but whereas the element we need is 3. So what do we do here? When this is Q1, you have Q1, 2, 3. So what do we have to do? We have to take another queue and just enqueue two elements. First we enqueue 1, and second we dequeue 1 from Q1 and enqueue it into Q2. We dequeue 2 from Q1 and we enqueue into Q2. When the count is less than 1, we leave the element. Now in the queue we are left with only the element 3. So when we want to pop an element, we just dequeue the element from Q1. So for this, the code would be while Q1 is greater than, while Q1 dot count is greater than 1, we enqueue the element, we dequeue the elements from Q1 and enqueue until the count is greater than 1. Until the last element, we enqueue everything. When we want the pop element, it is just nothing but the last element in the Q1. So we would write as the same thing. And again, similar thing is what we want to push all the elements to Q2 again to maintain the, it would be Q2 dot dequeue. We are doing this to make sure no data is lost. And the same as peek is also the same thing. So when we have peek, while Q1 count is greater than 1, what do? We want the same 3. So we will enqueue all the elements from NQ all the elements into Q2 after dequeuing it from Q1. And when we want the peak, it's just int x is equal to Q1, the last element 3, peak. And we would retrieve the elements back into Q1 to maintain the order. I will explain why we have to maintain the order. And Q. So we do this until the count becomes 0. Q2 dot count is not equal to 0. We NQ everything and return x. So why we are doing the second operation? Suppose we have one, two, three, and we have 1, 2, 3. Now we have dequeued 2 elements and NQ'd it into Q2. Okay, Q1 and Q2. Now we are popping this element because this is the last element in Q1. When somebody is adding 4 to the stack, it goes here. So if we are not putting these elements back, the first element in Q1 would be 4. You just want to maintain that 1, 2 and 4. So what do? Is we put this 1 and 2 back into Q1 so that the next element is added to the Q1 element and you can maintain that order. For that we just dequeue everything from Q1 and NQ it into Q1. Same thing. Sorry, I think I messed up here. We would, until the count is not equal to 0, what do? We NQ everything from dequeue everything from Q2 and put it in the Q1 to maintain the order. Thank you.